Big moves are happening in Dallas. And while Dak Prescott deals with personal challenges, the Cowboys are gearing up for a critical 2026 season. Where are you watching from, Cowboys Nation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's dive right into it. Recently, our quarterback Dak Prescott made headlines for more than just his performance on the field. He and his ex-fiancée, Jane Ramos, called off their wedding just weeks before the big day. This shocking news reverberates through the fan base, especially considering the couple shares 2 daughters. The rumors swirling around suggest that Ramos discovered Prescott was using burner accounts to communicate with other women, raising questions about trust and commitment. This has to be tough for Dak on a personal level, and while we don't know the full story, it certainly casts a shadow over his off-field life. In a twist of fate, Prescott isn't the only NFL player experiencing relationship turmoil. Sterling Shepard, a veteran wide receiver who faced off against our Cowboys many times during his tenure with the New York Giants, has also called off his engagement to Carolyn Moore. The timing seems uncanny, with both players navigating the challenges of single life in the midst of a demanding NFL season. Moore took to Instagram with a poignant message, and Ramos chimed in with support, showing solidarity among those who've recently faced similar heartaches. Now let's shift focus back to the field, where the Cowboys are making waves in the offseason. While Prescott might be grappling with personal issues, he can find solace in the significant moves made by Jerry Jones. After 2 consecutive losing seasons, Jones has shown he's not playing around anymore. The acquisition of former Green Bay Packers edge rusher Rashawn Gary is a monumental step in fortifying our defense. This is no small feat. Gary brings a level of intensity and skill that can elevate the entire team's defensive performance. Furthermore, the Cowboys bolstered their secondary by bringing in safety Jalen Thompson and cornerback Kobe Durant. These additions are crucial, especially as we look to tighten our defense against some of the toughest offenses in the league. It's no secret that Dallas has struggled to maintain consistency on that side of the ball, and these signings signal a clear intent to change the narrative. At the NFL Draft, Jerry Jones continued to make strategic moves, selecting safety Caleb Downs and edge rusher Malachi Lawrence with the first-round picks. These up-and-coming talents are expected to make an immediate impact, adding depth and versatility to a roster that already boasts a strong foundation. The commitment to securing the future of our offense is also evident, with running back Javonte Williams receiving a 3-year extension and superstar wideout George Pickens being assigned a franchise tag. This keeps our offensive core intact and gives Prescott the weaponry he needs to thrive. As we stare down the barrel of the 2026 season, the Cowboys are shaping up to be a legitimate playoff contender. If Dak can stay healthy and return to his top form, there's a real chance we can contend for the NFC title. The blend of experienced players and fresh talent could be the recipe for success we've been waiting for. With all these developments, it's clear that the Cowboys are in a transformative phase, both on and off the field. The stakes have never been higher, and the pressure is mounting. As we move forward, let's keep an eye on how Dak handles the challenges in his personal life while leading this revamped team into the new season. What are your thoughts on the Cowboys' offseason moves? Are we on the right track? Stay tuned, because we have more updates to discuss as the season approaches. George Pickens has not yet signed his franchise tag, and that's not just a minor offseason detail. It's a major leverage play that could significantly impact the Dallas Cowboys' plans moving forward. With a franchise tag valued at around $27.3 million just sitting there, Pickens is essentially sending a clear message to the Cowboys. I'm not just going to play this out on your terms. This situation raises some provocative questions. Is this unfolding like another Micah Parsons saga? Let's be honest here. Pickens understands his value in the current wide receiver market, which is booming. If the Cowboys are serious about keeping him long-term, they're going to face a hefty price. The going rate for a premier WR1 is hovering around $30 million a year, potentially even more when factoring in guarantees. Realistically, a contract extension for Pickens could land in the range of 4 years and between $120 million to $135 million, with a significant portion guaranteed. This brings us to a critical point of analysis. Did the Cowboys pass on drafting a wide receiver early, banking on Pickens signing that tag? It seems likely. They didn't approach the draft like a team that feared a drawn-out negotiation with Pickens. If they were genuinely concerned about losing him, selecting a receiver would have been a much higher priority. Stephen Jones's announcement of a decision to not negotiate with Pickens might reflect a broader belief within the organization that they'd have him on the field come the season opener. But let's not sugarcoat it. Fans may be frustrated, but this is the reality of the NFL. Teams have used leverage on players countless times, and it appears Pickens has flipped the script on the Cowboys by delaying the signing of his franchise tag. Especially after reports suggested he would sign on draft weekend, he has put Dallas in a precarious position. The Cowboys were led to believe that he would simply sign, report, and everything would be fine. Instead, Pickens threw a curveball, telling them not so fast, effectively forcing the team to either cough up the cash or brace themselves for a future without him. This leaves the Cowboys with three distinct choices. They can pay Pickens and secure a top-tier receiver, allow this situation to linger and deal with the inevitable media circus that comes with it, or trade him and concede that they couldn't hammer out a deal. Sound familiar? Each of these options carries its own set of complications, and it's crystal clear that both sides are steadfast in their positions. If Dallas had intentions of trading Pickens, the logical move would have been to do so either before or during the first round of the 2026 NFL Draft. But that didn't happen. Instead, Pickens has played his cards brilliantly, forcing the Cowboys to confront an even greater need for him by holding off on signing that tag. It appears that he is exactly where he wants to be, and now the Cowboys are left with the pressing task of locking him up for the long haul. As fans, it's crucial we engage in this conversation. Where are you watching from? And what do you think about the implications of Pickens' decision? Will the Cowboys bend and pay up, or will they risk the fallout of a drawn-out negotiation? The stakes are high, and it's time for Jerry and Stephen Jones to make a decisive move. Now, let's transition to our next item, where we'll delve deeper into the implications of these negotiations on the Cowboys' roster strategy moving forward. Caleb Downs is officially a Dallas Cowboy, and the anticipation is palpable. After a strategic trade with the Miami Dolphins, the Cowboys secured the 11th overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, and they made a bold statement by selecting the Ohio State standout safety. This move is not just a typical draft choice. It's a clear indication of the franchise's commitment to bolstering a defense that struggled mightily last season. Downs, during a recent appearance on Dallas Sports Radio, discussed his time in college and how he sometimes found himself bored when opposing quarterbacks hesitated to test him. "Yeah, I'll honestly say yes," Downs admitted, reflecting on the challenges of competing against less formidable offenses. He acknowledged that facing teams without a strong offensive line sometimes left him sidelined, watching as his defensive line racked up all the tackles. It's a candid admission that speaks to his competitive nature. He thrives on being in the action. With a passer rating allowed of just 46.5 when targeted, according to Pro Football Focus, Downs has proven he can be a game-changer on the field. While he conceded that not every game presented high-level talent, his stats indicate a player who can perform at an elite level. The Cowboys, as reported, plan to utilize Downs in various roles, from covering tight ends and running backs to blitzing and enhancing their run defense. The versatility he offers could be exactly what the Cowboys need to turn their defense around. Downs is eager to embrace these challenges as he prepares for his rookie season. "I would say I'm a defensive player," he noted, highlighting his capability to operate at multiple levels of the defense. He sees himself as a full-rounded player, someone who can make plays across the board. This is the kind of mentality that Dallas needs. Players who can dynamically influence the game in multiple ways, not just those tasked with specific roles. In the end, it's about making plays and contributing to a unit that desperately needs improvement. The statistics from last season paint a grim picture for the Cowboys' defense, as they ranked dead last in the league, allowing an alarming average of 30.1 points per game and finishing 30th in yards allowed. There's no sugarcoating it. The defense was a liability. However, if Downs can deliver on his promise, the Cowboys might just find a way to flip the script. The stakes are high, and the fans are restless. Dallas supporters have been waiting for a resurgence on defense, and the addition of Downs could be the spark they need. His ability to impact various aspects of the game could transform this struggling unit into a formidable force within the NFC East. As we look ahead to the upcoming season, it's time for everyone to weigh in. Where are you watching from? And what do you think about the Cowboys' selection of Caleb Downs? Are you optimistic about his potential impact on the field? Comment below with your thoughts. As we wrap up this segment, one thing is clear. The Dallas Cowboys are making moves, and they're doing so with the intention of reclaiming their defensive prowess. Let's keep an eye on the developments as we approach the season, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights and analysis on our beloved Cowboys. Your voice matters, and we want to hear what you think about the direction this team is taking.